thoughts on that?
Well, I'm going to really look hard at the bill and look at what my options are with respect to it. I do believe generally that working to introduce competition in cable industry is a good thing. I probably, like everybody else in the world, who has thought from time to time, my God, I wish I had a choice to go someplace else. So I think having competition is a good thing. But I'm concerned about the consumer protection part of it. I, as the Attorney General for many years, and as the state's Chief Consumer Protection Officer in my years as Attorney General, we had a number of issues that we had over the years with cable companies, and we worked hard to get a number of consumer protections put in. How quickly they had to repair and reinstall service, and prohibiting what are called negative options, where they just send something out to you and say, you're going to start paying this unless we hear from you that you don't want it. So I'm very concerned about those, and I want to make sure that a bill that I sign, and have to see what my options are, does adequately protect consumers. To me, the ideal here is that we have a bill that does permit the introduction of competition, and I do think having statewide charters is helpful in doing that, but is also a bill that adequately protects all of us who are out there subscribing to cable television as consumers. And again, what I'm going to do is look carefully at the bill and see what my options are with respect to vetoes. And my goal here is to try to make sure that what happens is that there's a bill that has that truly moves us towards competition, but also protects consumers. Well, I do think that this is an important bill, and I do think that the best thing that a consumer has is the choice to go someplace else. And I do believe that when you have choices, you will get better quality. And I do believe that this bill, while it's not going to lead to immediate competition, it does set the stage to have more competition in cable. So that's a good thing. As I say, some of the other issues that I have to take a real look at about what I can do through my veto power, what I can do to make sure that we protect consumers. Again, I really want to come out of this with competition and good consumer protections, and I'm going to work to see if I can arrive at that.
Protect consumers from what?
Well, there is a strong set of our current laws that, as I say, when I was Attorney General, I worked hard to get passed. Our current laws provide a series of protections for cable customers. Repairs have to be done. Service goes out has to be restored within a certain number of hours. You cannot have negative billing options. There's a variety of different things, and I don't want to see those disappear. So I want to make sure, again, to me, the best situation we have here is that a cable customer in Wisconsin both has a good set of laws that protect them against bad consumer practices, but also has the ultimate consumer protection, which is to go to a different company and get a different service.
Critics such as very ardent at UW-Madison has said he believes this legalizes redlining, and that the cable companies can basically forsake entire neighborhoods and communities.
Well, the bill does provide that there do have to be various build-out requirements that they have to meet, and you can argue whether that's sufficient or not. I don't know if there's one number that's appropriate, but I think we also have to recognize that the redlining goes on right now with these municipal deals, because people can go to a municipality, but once you're sort of outside of fixed areas, you are pretty well stuck. So, again, I think the goal here is to try to really foster competition. I think anybody who thinks this bill is suddenly you're going to have two cable companies the day after the bill becomes law are mistaken. I think what the bill does is create a structure that hopefully in the somewhat near future, within the next couple of years, means that we will have some competition. And I do think that competition will help on the redlining issue and others. Now, having said that, these are legitimate issues. No piece of legislation is perfect. I'm never going to get a bill. I don't get to just make the law, so I'm never going to get a bill that's 100% what I want in a bill. I think the question, and for me, in the end, is will this be a bill that's good enough? After I've had a chance to look at it and a chance to figure out what my veto options are. Will this be a bill that on balance is better than no bill? And again, I think the bill that moves us forward on competition is generally a good thing. Oh, the next few days. I want to make sure I just have the time to really look at it carefully and figure out what the options are. Yes.
Thanks, sir.
Okay. Thank you.